let's start this. It is time to continue with the investigation, but how is Bjorn doing this glorious day? Oh God! Herlock! Herlock, you can't be looking like that, buddy. Let's talk to you. Wagahai. Mr. Natsume's cat seems to have settled into his new home then. Oh yes, I've become very attached to the little Waggy. It would appear his previous owner is completely forgotten to him. Cats are unfeeling creatures. Their mews are empty as the hearts of the muses. Excuse me? Doing good? Slept all day? Damn! Mr. Natsume had no intention of taking Waggy back to Japan. I wonder why he kept him in the first place. I expect he would have taken him if he could. But pets are strictly forbidden aboard steamships in our experience. And for good reason. Terrible things can happen if the rules of passage are not obeyed. Well, I don't mind, because Waggy is adorable. Aww! Yes, he really is. Oh, yes, what about the door? I don't remember seeing that tiny thing in the main door before. Where did that come from? Oh, you notice! You are observant, Runo! Look, I use this! It's my latest invention. What? What is that? Oh God! She built a megaphone! Good Lord, even years before they were invented, good God! I call it the cat flapomat. Oh, what? Gosh, a machine for making doors just for cats? That's right, it can make a cat flap for a little furry friend like Waggy in seconds. And it can do it at any door at all, no matter what it's made of. It's very powerful, you see. Wouldn't it have been quicker just to make the cat flap rather than making a machine to make the cat flap? Well, yes, maybe, but now I can make cat flaps anywhere I like. Oh God, she's just gonna go around making cat flaps everywhere now? Good God. Oh, I think it's wonderful. Is it though? Would you want to go walking down the street and then there's just a cat flap every 4 feet in the walls? And there's cats coming in and out, stealing all sorts of. I mean, to be fair, it would be hilarious. It would be hilarious, though. You must make one for us in the door of our office upstairs, Iris. She really knows how to come up with unconventional inventions, this girl. To be honest, sometimes in engineering and just in general, it's not about efficiency. It's just about building something, even though it takes a lot longer. Yeah. And just proving that you can do it. And I mean, the other thing is just having fun making stuff. You know, a lot of people just enjoy making things. You know, I enjoy making content. That's what I enjoy making, is content. Hey, there's Jeff Rex. Exactly. Oh, what was that? Wagahai? Oh God! Wagahai's gone crazed! Wagahai went nuts! What was that? Oh no! Wagahai's tangled up in your violin! I think he thinks it's a toy! No! What's he doing to it? Oh dear, Mr. Sholmes' precious violin. Why should I care? Stuff doesn't have to be efficient or perfect all the time. Yeah, the best things in life. I've had to learn this example for myself because I'm a perfectionist. Oh, Scoticus with a 25 streak! Hype! Hell yeah there, Scoticus. Thank you for the support. Appreciate you there, Scoticus. What? I shouldn't be surprised. Don't be sad. You can cry on my shoulder, Sholmes. You can. You can. If the cat is more accomplished, if the cat is a more accomplished musician than I am now. Apparently you lost your streak. Oh, jeez. Mr. Sholmes really is in poor spirits, isn't he? Well, anyway, I'll put it back where it lives, shall I? Hurley. Out of the cat's reach, if possible. Maybe we should assess the damage. Oh, God. But 25 stream streaks. I appreciate any stream streaks. I appreciate you. I was live Saturday. Yep, I was indeed live Saturday. Fire is burning comfortingly in the grate. It's a very different feeling to a Japanese hibachi somehow. Oh, look at that photographic print of a lady displayed in a mailpiece. Could it be? Yes, it must be. It's the woman. Oh, how exciting. Is that supposed to mean something to me? Okay. Think I wasn't there that day. I don't think so either. I'm not sure though. These are all the mementos of Mr. Sholmes' past cases, I think. If he'd been involved in my case, I wonder if the beefsteak from La Carnival would be displayed here. A mystery shoe, a curious hammer, some mysterious dancing men, a bust of Napoleon, some mysterious dancing men? Was that my cousin? So it would make sense. Oh, yeah. Aha! What an entrancing collection. It looks like an untidy assortment of junk to me. Rather like what's on my own shelves. Well, you really ought to keep your things in order, Mr. Naruhodo. No favoritism there at all. Okay, what's this? This is where Iris notes down ideas, isn't it? Let's see, what does it say? Ah, the Boscombe Valley Mystery. Oh, how intriguing. It must be the title of Iris's latest work. Oh my! I wonder what fantastic tale awaits us. I wonder indeed. Susato-san looks like an angel, but I bet she's dreaming of the most unsavory crime you could imagine. That's not good. What about this? Iris's beautiful tea set is there on the table as usual. A cup of one of her special herbal blends always helps me to relax when I'm feeling the strain. She's drugging you! She's drugging you! The English pastime of tea has many similarities with our own tea ceremony customs, don't you think? It's the idea of hospitality behind it. That's the essence of tea. Is it? Okay, I'll believe you. I'll believe you. That's a charming little white shelf and full of charming little bottles too. But the contents of them aren't quite so charming, it seems. Science is the future, Mr. Naruhodo. You can't deny it. I'm saving my money so that I can buy some chemistry apparatus as well. Law, chemistry, takedown throws. What diverse skills you boast, Miss Susato. Isn't it illegal to drug someone? True. It is illegal. As useful as they are, I'm not sure they are that my throwing skills are worthy of inclusion on that list. I'm supposed to be looking for this violin, by the way. We're looking for a violin. This is not a violin, but you know what? It's a cool typewriter. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Iris doing much writing recently, but there's paper already set up in the typewriter. Look, it's as if she's about to start. That reminds me, when I mentioned that Iris was in the process of writing a full-fledged novel, Mr. Natsume was most impressed. Ah yes, Mr. Natsume. That's what I'll be doing too, once I'm back in Japan, he said, though through tightly clenched fists and teeth. He's like, I'm going to get a hold of these people, and I'm out of here. Ah, there's his violin. So this is violin, is it? It's a Stradivarius, one of the finest violins in the world, made by a renowned Italian luthier, Antonio Stradivari. Ah, the old Stradivarius. By the way, can you fail in this game? Yes, you can fail. You only got basically a 5 strikes rule, and if you 5 strikes it, you game over. So, yes, you can technically fail in this game. You basically get your client found guilty, and you lose, and basically the game ends. Totally. But the Stradivarius violin. Oh, I see. It doesn't really look like anything special to me. I happened upon it covered in dust, languishing in a pawn shop down in a nondescript back alley. The broker had no idea of its value, so I was able to purchase it for a mere 55 shillings. If you bought a Stradivarius for that much, you'd be celebrating in the streets. But it's not a hard game. It can be and it can't be. Sometimes it can be very tough. There's certain cases in the original Phoenix Wright that are extremely difficult. How honorable of you. But I've played Phoenix Wright games before, so this one is right up my alley of Phoenix Wright related video games. And until today, it's been my faithful companion in every great Paganini-inspired performance I've made. I ask you, is there a reason to live in a world devoid of music? To tolerate this blanche existence? No! There is none! Come on, Herlock. Mr. Sholmes? What? Dear Madame, what? My thoughts are preoccupied with fancies of release from this dull routine. Well, it's about the violin. It looks very different to normal, don't you think? What do you mean, Miss Susato? Oh, Susie's right. Yes, the tone of the wood is completely different. And that's not all. I'm sure there was no crack here before. Wait, it's not even the right size, is it? What's this? Wouldn't you get sent to an insane asylum if you said that in that time? True. Yeah. I mean, they would have thrown you into an asylum, and you probably would have never got back out as well. No matter what country you're in. I'm terribly sorry. I have to tell you this, Mr. Sholmes, but that instrument isn't violin at all. Then what? I believe it's an entirely different instrument called a viola. What? 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 Oh God! Don't worry. I'm gonna help Herlock up. You get up there, Sholmes. Oh, Mr. Sholmes, are you all right? You're right. You are quite right. This is my faithful Stradivarius. So what, pray, is this piece of string flotsam? Not your faithful performing partner, then. Ah, I see what must have happened. You do, Iris? This is just a simple mix-up. Sounds like Iris might be able to tell us exactly what's happened if we ask her. But what's this first? Look at Mr. Sholmes' desk. It's completely clear. Isn't that enormous machine usually on it? We can never hope to understand what goes on in a great detective's mind, Mr. Naruhodo. Why, next time we're invited, we may find he's vacated the entire suite. That's scarily plausible, actually. Hello? I need to talk to you again. about that mix-up. What did you mean by a mix-up, Iris? Well, you see, this viola, I mean, was at Windibank's until last week. At the pawnbrokers? At Mr. Sholmes' beloved musical partner? There's a proverb from the East with which you are no doubt familiar, my dear fellows. Always let a beloved child travel. Yes, indeed. So you sent your beloved violin to the pawnbrokers in the hope that it would experience personal growth? What? Excuse me? Oh, okay, little Strad. You go on a little journey of self-reflection and you tune up and you be a better instrument, okay? Sholmes is happy again? Yes. Oh, what a wonderful idea. Last week I pawned my great analytoscope in order to release my precious instrument, but it would appear Mr. Windibank mysteriously and mistakenly furnished me with this tawdry fiddle instead. But my ears cannot be deceived by the hollow timbre of this piece of timber. No, but your every sense was deceived by the fact that it just had strings. Psha! A fine state of affairs this is, and why I always say, Mr. Naruhodo, never trust a pawnbroker. They will try to fiddle you every time. But yeah, Sholmes is now happy. But earlier, you told us that you could think of a pawnbroker as an extremely secure vault. Come, Mr. Naruhodo. Dilly-dallying will get you nowhere. Sorry? Crunching your toast with that vacant aspect. Pressing your coffee so obtusely. Are you not a little embarrassed by your own conduct, considering the urgency with which we are faced? We must visit Mr. Windibank's brokery at once. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Sholmes? Precisely, Miss Susato, without a moment's delay. But I haven't finished my bacon and eggs. My dear fellow, surely you do not intend to crunch your bacon with an increasingly vacant aspect, to press your eggs ever more obtusely. Extremely secure to other people, but to the broker, not, right? True. Alright, say no more. Let's go then. Don't worry, Runo. I'll be happy to heat it up for you again later. Oh, thank you, Iris. As it happens, I'm rather curious to see what a British pawnbrokers looks like. Okay. Let's go to the pawnbrokery. But first, let's go to Baker Street. Look at all the different things in the window of this shop. Ah, that's Windibank's, the pawnbrokery. It looks much smarter than a pawnbroker's in Japan, doesn't it? Yes, you're right. I find pawn shops at home rather inapproachable, personally. I mean, to be fair, I've bought video games at pawn shops. You know, like I've bought video games at pawn shops. Reminds me of tearfully parting with my favorite fountain pen. I felt so miserable. What does kill us makes us stronger, Mr. Naruhodo. And this is where we live. It's already been 2 months since we started taking lodgings above Mr. Sholmes' office. I still can't quite believe it. I never expected things would turn out like this. Oh, I know! To actually be sharing accommodation with the world's greatest detective. If I ever find myself before a court of law now, we'll have not one regret. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'd be happy to defend you, of course. Watch, she's actually going to be the person we need to defend, right? Actually, we should probably save before we get going in there. But yeah, I've bought video games out of a pawn shop. It was pretty painless and easy experience. Let's go to the pawnbrokery. 15th of April, Windabank's pawnbrokery. So this is a British pawnbrokery. My brain can't freaking handle speaking. Oh my, there are all sorts of tools and contraptions in here that I've never laid eyes on before. Ah, Susato-san, and that spark of wonder in your eyes. You can't wait to scour the shelves, can you? I get the impression you enjoy places like this. Oh yes, I don't know why, but seeing a lot of things I don't understand is a real thrill for me. My dear fellows, let us not forget why we are here. Take off the jacket. Sholmes, you're hotter without it. Oh, Mr. Sholmes. We are calling on matters of business, not pleasure. And clearly Mr. Sholmes means business too, judging from the spark of fury in his eyes. Ah, Mr. Sholmes, welcome back. Did you hear that brazen welcome? Well, yes, we are potential customers after all. We are disgruntled customers, Mr. Naruhodo, and it's time to inform Mr. Windabank of our ire. Come, the fight is afoot. Oh God, he's going, oh no, he's going to be like, I need to talk to the manager right now. Let me talk to the manager. He's like, but the building's named after me. I'm the owner and manager. Naturally, you will recall this, which I retrieved from you some days ago. Yeah, yes! The second-rate fiddle is not my faithful instrument, Mr. Windabank. The color of the wood is different. It has holes in it. It's not even the same size. What happened to your powers of observation? Why did they not work on this thing? A wonderful summary of our observations, Mr. Sholmes. I'm so very sorry, sir. How utterly unforgivable of me. An inexcusable mistake for a pawnbroker. There's only one way to make amends. Oh God, he's up! Holy shit! What the hell? I shall have to take my own life. That man ran a faster 40. I don't think that will be necessary, do you? If I may just say one thing before I pop off. What the fuck exactly? Yes? It was you, sir, Mr. Sholmes, who took it upon himself to remove the item the other day, I believe. Sorry? As I recall, I entered the storeroom to fetch your violin when I heard, ah, here it is. You did? Couldn't even see him. He went speed of light to grab that gun. Ain't that hard? And when I returned to controvert you, you had taken the viola and left, sir. However, there's no doubt that the lame lies firmly at my own door for allowing you to leave. So I shall not grumble or grouse any longer. May this guilt die with me. No, stop, my dear fellow. The fault is mine. Phew. It would appear that the fight is over. I do humbly apologize, Mr. Windabank. Evidently, my questionable disposition precipitated this tragedy. Well, you wouldn't be Mr. Herlock Sholmes without that questionable disposition now, would you? I do believe you may be right, sir. Herlock's gone crazy. It's either a laugh or a cry, I suppose. You are, it must be said, one of my more challenging customers. I needn't remind you of a peculiar collection of items you've brought through my door in the past. Oh? Peculiar items? In the extreme, ma'am. For example, the unpublished manuscript of an eponymous work, the novels of Sholmes or some such. Oh my, a new full-fledged novel? And unpublished? A story I've yet to read, you mean? Ay, forgive me! Wait, before you die, you must tell me more. Sir? He's gone crazy! I must know more. Tell me everything. Wow, Susanoo-san is really fired up now. Is there really an unpublished story under this very roof? Well, one day the showman here brought in an old metal chest, you see. I should like to entrust this to your care for a while, Mr. Windibank. A chest like that? 1 shilling, sir. Not a farthing more. It houses something of great value indeed. The latest manuscript recounting the adventures of one Mr. Sholmes. Oh my god. I beg your pardon? A manuscript? You wish to deposit a manuscript? Indeed I do, for I am confident it will be quite safe here. And that was that. As such, Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom. Mr. Sholmes, is that really true? Do I sense that someone doesn't want to talk about this? I continue to pay your fee, do I not? Then kindly continue to store my belongings securely. Of course, sir. Of course, they're safe and sound with me, I assure you, on my life. It's all very strange. Yeah, Ryusuke. Yeah. He's crazy. I wonder, could I ask you something? A gentleman from the east, I see. Yes, that sable suit. I suppose I could offer you 6 pence for it. He's like, yo, I'll take all the clothing off of you for like 10 bucks. God damn, man. Without wishing to offend, the tone is somewhat dull. Sorry? Aha! But for your splendid attire, ma'am, 5 guineas, no less. The colors are exquisite, the design exotic. Eastern artistry at its finest, may I say. Oh my, 5 guineas, you say? How interesting. Why do I feel as though I've suffered some sort of defeat here? Actually, I was hoping to ask you about your business. I've heard it said pawnbrokeries are usually rather like banks here in London. Yes, sir, indeed. Many of my customers utilize the establishment as you describe. I appraise their items and offer them a proportionate loan and 2 months of secure storage. If in that time they repay the original sum to me plus the agreed interest, their items are happily returned. But what happens if they don't pay the money? Then the items are offered for sale in my shop, as you can see on the shelves behind me. So you never sell items before the 2 months has passed then? That's right, ma'am, that's right. Which means some considerable responsibility rests on my shoulders. Should a customer's precious belongings be lost, the only recompense is for me to end it all. The very idea, Mr. Windibank, is an absurdity. One should never talk of one's demise so casually. Says this man who was telling us all day it was a good day to die only this morning. And let's not forget that I have already helped you to take measures to ensure such a tragedy never occurs. Well, what sort of measures? I engineered a simple device, which Mr. Windibank has installed here in this shop. I call it the red-handed recorder. Is that not so, Mr. Windibank? Ha! What was that deep sigh about? The red-handed recorder. What on earth is this red-handed recorder? Use your eyes, my dear fellow. There are just two below the ceiling. I can see what appears to be a camera attached to some sort of timing device. Very astute. It is indeed a camera furnished with some 100 pieces of celluloid film. Every 30 minutes precisely, the camera automatically records the appearance of the shop. Here, I have an example I can show you. Ah yes, a print from the camera set to record the activity at the shop counter. I developed a special type of film so sensitive, it produces a crystal clear image even in darkness. Really? That's extraordinary. Yes, you can clearly see the counter and the door behind it. Look. So you see, were someone to enter the premises with ill intent, his identity would be summarily exposed. But did you not say that the photographic prints were taken at 30-minute intervals? Indeed, as you say, my dear madame. Then what if the incident were to occur between those times? One could only say that would be a cruel twist of fate. Herlock? Oh God. Buddy. I must confess, your devices have been giving me some cause for distress of late. I beg your pardon, Mr. Windabank? Surely they are anything but distressing. Reassuring is the word. It's the cost of the film, sir. You most graciously placed not one, but 2 cameras in my shop after all. Which means I must pay for nigh on 100 utterly useless prints every single day. I'm afraid the cost of film will break me before I'm very much older. Nevertheless, a small price to pay to ensure the safety of my preferred pawnbrokery. No, he's like, yo, you're going to continue to use this film, bitch. My dear fellows, we verge on an age where safety and security come at a price. Oh, heaven help us. Now then, Mr. Sholmes, allow me to return your precious violin. Ah, the very thing. Thank you, Mr. Windabank. Perhaps this might mark the end of peculiar items you try to pop, Because if anything were to happen to one of them, this would be the only answer. I really think you ought to stop waving that gun around. Someone could get hurt. Fear not! Sorry? I've only loaded a single bullet, so no one but myself could possibly be harmed. I bet you this is going to be our defendant. I bet you he's going to be our defendant. That's not really what I meant. Good day to you then, Mr. Windabank. It's been a pleasure as always, Mr. Sholmes. So, Mr. Naruhodo, now we can explore at last. There seems to be a little door hidden behind that curtain there. That leads to the storage room, where Mr. Windabank keeps articles that are currently in pawn. Ah, I see. There's nothing of particular interest inside. I certainly wouldn't recommend any larcenous activity. Recommend it or not, it's not something I tend to do. There's but one key, and Mr. Windabank keeps it in his pocket at all times. Before he sleeps, he places it in a small pot, which he slides under his pillow. Why are you telling me this? What are you doing? How on earth do you know about that, Mr. Sholmes? I'm a detective, sir. It's my business to know what others do not. I'm frequently assailed by information that I neither care for nor wish to retain. Mr. Sholmes, you are a wonder. The prime suspect of the pawnbroker is ever burgled. Look at this! What could this lovely big shiny box be? That, my dear madame, is a music box. Surely have you such things in your own country? Oh my, yes, but I've never seen one so large before. Shall we listen a while? Ah, what a sublime sound. It's like the music of angels. Never heard anything like it before in my life. This particular specimen is of larger variety, commonly found in public houses and restaurants. There's a metal disc inside on which the notes to be played are recorded. Simply by replacing the disc with another, any music you care to imagine can be played. My goodness, what a simply delightful machine. Indeed, though their popularity has waned recently with the development of the gramophone, of course. Ha! Science and technology advanced at such an overwhelming pace, even more so now, my friends. Though I will say the 1920s were 1900 to 1940 was a crazy period of technological advance. One assortment of things these are on the shelves here. Crockery, footwear, clocks, and watches. Almost anything you care to imagine. Those are forfeited items, offered for sale by the pawnbroker. What does that really mean, though? When you pawn or colloquially pop an item, the broker lends you money against its worth. He stores the item for an agreed period of time, after which the loan must be repaid. If not, he's free to display in his shop for sale at a price of his choosing. Oh yes, now that you explained it, I'm noticing little price tags on everything. Of course, simply paying the agreed interest on the loan won't extend the period of safekeeping. So you may pawn that black garb of yours without fear, my dear fellow. Hey! Excuse me! My treasure university uniform never embodies my student spirit. Look at that enormous ledger on the counter there. Mr. Windibank is, if nothing else, very particular about recording the items he accepts. He'd have to be, otherwise he could get himself into all sorts of trouble. Yeah? Pawnbrokers are extremely regulated everywhere, which might explain the thing that catches my eye far more than the ledger. This revolver here. Do not entertain even a single thought of pilfering an article herein, my dear fellow. I assure you, Mr. Windibank would not hesitate to draw that weapon with a speed belying his portly size. Oh, shit. Oh, you don't mean he'd blow his brains out? Indeed, in recompense for his blunder. Oh my. But in any case, of course, we would never do such a thing. How could you even suggest it? What the hell is this? Oh wait. It seems to have two little windows for looking through. It's one of those, oh my god. Allow me to enlighten you, my dear fellows. What you're looking at is a stereoscope. Oh yeah. A stereo? Fascinating. It's aptly named, I assure you. Look through the eyepieces and see for yourself. Oh, I should be delighted to. Excuse me for a moment while I have a look. Just before you do, there's something I should point out. My dear fellows, in order to see the image properly, stereoscopically as it were, you will need to be cross-eyed. However, that is beyond you. It is a little consequence today. Alright then, I'm going to try it. Ah! Mr. Naruhodo, you must see! At once! Oh, Alright then. So I need to be cross-eyed, like I'm trying to look at my own nose. What the? I don't believe it. It's just a photographic print, but it seems like you could reach out and touch it. Yes, the sense of depth is startling, is it not? Stereoscopes are one of London's many fads. They're often found in little stalls in the park. People queue for hours to see them. Why? Why are people meddling with such black magic? It's not no magic, my dear madame. It is, well, far too complicated to explain at present. We shall save this lesson for another day. He's like, yo, I don't really understand myself, but I'm just gonna say this to make myself look smart. Oh. Look at this. Whatever could it be used for? I have no idea. Ah. There's a small catch here. Just look. We're going to open it, aren't we? Oh my, that's amazing. It has some sort of spring-loaded mechanism, which you'll never manage to put it the way it was before. What are you two doing? What? Us? Nothing! No, nothing at all! Whatever this device is, it seems to have a pair of little windows to look through. I feel as though I've seen something rather similar to this somewhere else. April 15th. That's not a calendar you could easily miss, is it? 15th of April, today's date. Yes, that's not for sale, I must point out. It is an Eastern-style page-a-day calendar. Every night at midnight, I tear off a front page to reveal the following day's date. The perfect calendar for a tearaway fellow such as yourself, Mr. Windibank. And who was it that walked out of here just with the wrong violin before? Well, when the agreed storage period is passed without repayment, articles are forfeited, you see. So I have to keep a close eye on the date. It's something of a pawnbroker's obsession, you might say. Oh yes, I can see you're very dedicated to your job. What? Only tuppence for it? That ain't fair and you know it. The article is barely worth a penny, miss. I cannot offer more. Sounds like there's an argument brewing over by the counter. Come on, that can't be right. Have you even had a proper butcher's at it? I've seen all I need to see, young girl. It's her. Uh-oh. We're starting to see people from old cases. Wait, don't we know? I'm sure I recognize her. Oh yes, it's the young lady from Mr. McGilda's trial 2 months ago. Uh-oh. Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a chancer, earns her crust among large crowds, relieving people of their purses. That's commonly called a pickpocket. She's back! Gordon Bennett, you lot! Hello, Miss Lestrade. I hope you've been well. Eh? What? You remember me then, do ya? Well, I remember being completely surrounded by smoke, that's for sure. So, what are you doing in here? Down and out like the rest of us? Nothing to eat? Coming to pop that black weasel? Sorry, coat? Have ya? What is that? What is it about this black uniform that makes everyone comment on it? Ah, good day. Unless I'm much mistaken. You would be the young pickpocket who stole our experimental smoke grenade launcher. Ah, Mr. Sholmes! So, you have something of value to pawn, do you? Allow me to see the article and I shall negotiate with Mr. Windibank on your behalf. Pull the other... Pull the other one. I don't need no help from some stuck-up D. Get out of my business. Go on or I'll make trouble for you. As you wish, Miss Lestrade. I will happily remove myself from your presence. Uh-oh, she's mad. He's really done it. He's gone. I'm sorry, but as I said, there really is no room for negotiation here. What's that thing that he has in his hand? Some kind of metal disc. And you! Go on! Leave me alone! Oh, Miss Lestrade, just pretend we aren't here. We shan't be offended in the slightest. Susato-san can really stand her ground when she wants to. Whatever. Okay. Alright, let's save. It's going crazy. We are going crazy right now there, guys. There's all sorts of crazy carnage happening with all these people here. Somehow, I didn't really think you were the sort of person who'd use a pawnbroker, Miss Lestrade. Yeah, well, I am, alright? I'm a Londoner, just like everyone else. That's a problem, is it? No, not at all. It's just that, well... Oh, I get it. I know what you're thinking. That thing probably don't even belong to her. Probably got it on the dive, did she? Yeah, I can see you written all over your Chevy Chase. That's an actor, miss. How dare you bring up his name 100 years before he's born? Maybe about 70 years before he's born. What did Chevy Chase do to you? He made a fucking great Christmas movie. Well, I might have been thinking something along those lines. You're not going to deny it, Mr. Naruhodo. Alright then, I'm just gonna come on and ask you straight. Do you pawn things that you steal from other people? Well, I don't know how to best answer that really. Suppose sometimes. You're not going to deny it either, Miss Lestrade. But not this time, alright? I swear. That thing belongs to me. This that Mr. Windibank is holding. Perhaps we should see what he has to say about all this. Okay. Mr. Windibank, what exactly is metal disc that Miss Lestrade has brought in? Seems to have hundreds of tiny little bumps on its surface. Ah, this is a music disc, you see, for use inside a music box. In a music box? What? You don't even know what a music box is, Tisk? You Eastern lot aren't too savvy, eh? I know what a music box is. I've just never seen one of those discs before. The small protrusions on the middle disc encode the tune to be played on the music box. You simply insert the disc and set the machine going, and beautiful music plays. So incredible. Tell us what tune is on this disc. Well, I'm afraid I couldn't tell you that. There are so many different types of music box, you see. British made, German, Swiss. I have no way of knowing which particular machine this disc was made for. Ah, see. That's it in a nutshell. I wouldn't have any customers for an item like this, even if the young lady forfeited it. Really? I'm already offering more than I should at a penny. That's a packet of lies! He told me he did. He said it was, well... He? Who? Never you mind. It just ain't right, that's all. That this is worth good money, I know it is. Well then, you'll have to try your luck at another pawnbroker's, won't you? I feel like he's going to be the defendant. I feel like he's going to be the defendant. She's been in before, of course. That little tatterdemalion. I see. And brought some dubious article or other with her every single time, I might add. Dubious? What are you trying to say? I'm an honest customer, me. So is there something dubious about the disc she brought in today? Well, if only it were that simple. Sorry, what do you mean? What she actually brought in was a storage ticket. Ah, a storage ticket. So, Miss Lestrade has actually come to redeem an article from you today, is that right? Yeah, that's right. A girl like me is a lot of stuff needs storing. Not sorting, storing. Not snoring, storing. Not snorting, storing. Alright, yes, that's definitely dubious. The article in question would have been forfeited at midnight tonight. As she gave me the ticket for it and repaid both the loan and interest, I was obliged to return the article to her. But what was the article? Do tell us, Mr. Windabank. The little scamp is wearing it, ma'am. It's the overcoat that she redeemed? Oh? What? What's wrong with that? It fits, don't it? I mean, it's mine, so of course it does. So, what about the disc then? How does that come into all this? Ah, the disc is something else. A new article to pawn if the girl and I can agree to a price. Okay, new article to pawn. I'm confused. I thought you said Miss Lestrade brought in a storage ticket today. It's really quite simple. Yes, the child brought me a storage ticket and the money owed on it, as you say. For this heavy black coat, which you returned to her care, as I'd understood it. Well, that's right, yes. And rather unsurprisingly, as soon as the little ragamuffin put the thing on, she went rifling through the pockets. Oh, you mean... What? Don't you know it's rude to stare at a lady? Ah, I see. So it came from the pocket of the overcoat, did it? If you mean the disc, then? Yes, exactly, ma'am. And she immediately tried to pawn it? For quite a high price as well. Sounded rather suspicious, I think. Uh-oh. Give it up. I'm just trying to pawn something like anyone else would. Miss Lestrade, may I ask who deposited the overcoat here in the first place? Well, me? It doesn't really appear to be your size. Me, old man! It's me, old man, ain't it? Is it, Miss Lestrade? Yes, this is definitely all rather suspicious. Uh-oh. Out of my way, please. Okay, who are you? Who's this picture postcard English gentleman? Good day to you, ladies, gentlemen. What's your problem, eh? There is no problem, as long as you remove yourself. I've a matter to discuss with the proprietor. And if you intend to make a problem of it, I shall see you outside, little girl, for the hiding you deserve. Look, ain't it obvious? I ain't done talking with him yet. If you think you're such a gent, you should know how to wait in line. Well, you are an impudent little brat, aren't you? Uh-oh. As well as a pickpocket. Eh? Who are you? How do you know who I am? Question is, how do you not know who I am? You haven't the courtesy even to remember the faces of your victims, it seems. What? You mean from you? Broker. Yes, sir? I believe this filthy pocket thief has just redeemed an article from you, no? Yes, the article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once. Oh my. Now that's a lie. What are you trying to pull? Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel. And needless to say, any music box discs too. No, you can't have it. No, you just can't. It's me old man's, or it was. Now it's mine. Goodness, Mr. Naruhodo. This is a very awkward situation. Yes. I think perhaps we should hear both sides of the story in a little more detail. Oh, geez. Okay, what's going on? This is total carnage now. We got all the drama. We got all the tea. Miss Lestrade, is what the gentleman is saying. What do you think? It's all lies, ain't it? Obviously. I swear on my life, I ain't never laid eyes on that dandy before. Let's hear it now, you little ragamuffin. You stole it, didn't you? That ticket you brought in here just now. No, I swear it. I swear to God. It was barely an hour ago. I was walking along the street, minding my own business, when this little gutterling ran into me. I knew at once what had happened. I've been robbed yet again, I thought to myself. Those wretched pickpockets. Oh God, yet again? Oh yes, as you can see, I am a man of impeccable style. This isn't the first time that I've been targeted by these back slum scoundrels. Now then, I will pose for my photo shoot for a magazine. I'm going to GQ model currently. Oh yeah. Oh wait, now then, relinquish my overcoat. Grrr. Come along now, Miss Lestrade. Give the good gentleman his coat back. If you're going to cause trouble, I shall have no choice but to call the police. Hold on. Why does everyone think it's me? Just look at this dandy cove, and you think I'm the dodgy one? I'm sorry, but no one's going to believe you. Well, what about evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence I've stolen something, eh? Come on, let's see it. Oh, I have evidence, naturally. You what? Uh-oh. Evidence that the article Miss Lestrade redeemed actually belongs to this gentleman? Of course, we need only consult Mr. Windabank's ledger to know the truth. We'll be able to look up the name of the person who deposited the article in the first place. That's brilliant. I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid that won't be possible. Oh? I never ask customers' names. That's a strict policy of mine. But why not? Well now, as you can imagine, some of my customers have circumstances to consider. Uh-oh. He's like, yo, I deal with robbers and shit. He's like, yo, I'm making cash. Any means necessary, bitch. A great many of them prefer to maintain their anonymous, oh my god, anonymous, fuck off, I can't say the word. Yes, I see. But then, how can you know if an article belongs to the person asking to redeem it? Oh, it's quite simple. Good sir, may I trouble you for the watchword associated with the article in question? Of course, it's Professor Hunky. Oh, wait! Excuse me! What the hell? Yes, that's right. Oh my god. All the evidence we need. This gentleman is the rightful owner of the article without doubt. A watchword. Interesting. So, about these watchwords, Mr. Windabank, as I just explained, I never ask customers' names when they deposit items with me. There are many reasons why certain customers would like to keep their activities secret. That wasn't exactly a subtle glance at Mr. Sholmes now, was it? Great detectives have no dark secrets, none at all. Yes, well, anyway, that's why I always ask for a watchword whenever I accept a new article. In many ways, it's like the secret combination of words used to unlock a vault. And now we know the word, so we can snatch it, indeed. The date of deposit, a description, and a watchword uniquely identify each item. And of course, then I give the storage ticket to the customer. When someone comes to redeem something, I ask for the ticket and the watchword. If that someone tells you the correct watchword, you return the article? That's right, sir, yes. Just as soon as the request fee is paid. And I have supplied you with the information you require already. But for the avoidance of doubt, the article in question is an overcoat, deposited 2 months ago on 15th of February. With a watchword of Professor Hunky. He's like, I will spin around my cane and then I will do a really sexy dance. What? What are you? What? Excuse me? All perfectly correct information, sir. But how? Really? This is beyond a joke now. There's no further room for doubt. Picture postcard gentleman. Excuse me, but who are you? One would expect the inquirer to introduce himself first. Though clearly you are not British, so perhaps our ways are foreign to you. Oh, sorry, yes, we're from the Empire of Japan. We're studying here. Oh yes, Japan. I've heard talk of the place. Oh God, he's dancing for me, oh God! Its inhabitants live on some fiery, brown-colored soup dressed up with exotic spices. I already clocked him. And you might be thinking of somewhere else. And what was that theatrical gesticulation about? Perhaps. Anyway, if you are a gentleman, sir, you offer your own name first, before inquiring after the name of another. Oh, of course, yes. I'm Ryusuke Naruhodo. I'm a lawyer. Well, a student of law, really. My name is Susato Mikotoba. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's assistant. I see. My name is Benedict. Yes, Egert Benedict. Oh my God. Enchant. He's so refined in the way he holds himself and how he speaks, but that name is suspicious. Now to the matter at hand. Eggs Benedict, by the way. Oh! My overcoat. Return it at once to someone with the style to carry it off. Every move he makes, every breath he takes, I can't stand watching him. Every move he makes, every breath he takes. Oh God, that the giant stalker song of Sting. So let that be the end of the matter. And thank you for your custom, Mr. Egert Benedict, sir. Oh! With such reasonable rates of interest, I may even decide to come back. This is why I hate grown-ups. Just because I'm a diver, everyone thinks that makes me a liar. And the contents of my coat pockets, if you please, broker. But of course, sir, here's the disc for you. Just this one? Pardon, sir? I was expecting another. That is, I deposited another disc. Oh dear. I regret to inform you, sir, that was deposited with me was merely the overcoat. The disc happened to be in one of the pockets. I was completely unaware of it until now. So, gutterling, you're hiding more of what's rightfully mine, are you? Says who, eh? I don't know nothing about it. Very well. Then I shall bid you for farewell. Say goodbye to style. Wait a minute. That disc is mine. What do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal. Oh God. Oh my, yes, there's blood on the disc. It's all because of the sharp little bumps. The man must have scratched his finger on them. I found it first, all right. I mean, it belonged to me, old man. So you're not having it. Oi, you take it. Me? If I hang onto it, have it off me again. So you can keep hold of it. Miss Lestrade, why is this disc so important to her? You there, in the black livery. Hand that disc to me at once, please. No, don't! He's lying! Grown-ups are all liars! What do I do now? How am I going to resolve this? Oh God. What is happening? What is happening right now? Shit has went down. Wow, Miss Lestrade is really looking daggers at that mysterious gentleman. We need to do something, calm things down before she loses control and attacks him again. Look at those piercing eyes. He's clearly in no mood to talk. Over his shop. Okay. Mr. Windabank is clearly at a loss here. We have to do something about this. Okay. Mr. Sholmes, what are you examining with such keen interest there? As you enjoy a bar of caramel, I see. So, you found me at last, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry? After that young pickpocket sent me on my way, I was forced to lurk in the shadows. Cruelly ostracized as the rest of you partook in the jovial atmosphere of fellowship. I had nothing to occupy my mind, but was too ashamed to let society see what my downfall had done to me. So, feigning mock interest, I pretended to examine the tedious trinkets in this desolate place. Whilst, as you shrewdly observed, gnawing at the only friend I had left, the 7% solution of caramel. He's so clingy! Pray, do you claim to understand the depths of my despair, Mr. Naruhodo? But how could you? I was so lonely, so desperately lonely. And why on earth didn't you rejoin the conversation? Things have gone from bad to worse here, you know. Yes, I overheard much of your conversation. Rather, in my craving for human contact, my ears devoured every word that was uttered. You really were sad, weren't you? Poor Mr. Sholmes, I feel simply awful for you. Would seem that my inferences are correct. Oh, surely you're not about to tell us that you've solved the entire case once again. My dear Madame, sometimes I wonder, were my genius for deduction to be commoditized, how much could I pawn it for? Seems Mr. Sholmes has had another flashes of inspiration. But who knows if it will help resolve the situation between Miss Lestrade and the mysterious gentleman. What's the right thing to do here? I mean, of course we're going to listen to the deduction. Here we go! Well, Miss Lestrade, it would appear that you find yourself in something of a predicament. Just, where in the blue blazes have you been, eh? Pardon? Well, when a lady's in trouble, a true gent's supposed to be here to help. Straight away, not an hour later. Harsh. And pray tell, and who, pray tell, are you? Mr. Egbert Benedict. You have, in my eyes, a veritably encyclopedic array of curiosities about your person. Nevertheless, there are two immovable conclusions I have drawn. I beg your pardon? The first is this. The true reason for your visit to this pawnbrokery today is something you have not yet revealed. And the second is this. A considerable crime is in contemplation. One you will orchestrate with the intent to steal a vast sum of money. Well, Mr. Benedict, what say you to my deductions? How? He's turned white as a hard-boiled egg. Uh-oh. It would seem once again Mr. Sholmes has made a flawless deduction. Just who do you think you are, sir? Ah, yes, as I hoped. This is precisely the pained expression I was looking for. So, shall we begin? The time has come for yet another of Sherlock Sholmes' logic and reasoning spectaculars. Oh God. Mystery Man's aim. First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured to this pawnbrokery today. You claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. As revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, what brought you to the shop in the first place is staff recruitment flyer. The piece of paper in your hand is a staff wanted advertisement for this very shop. Yet even the most unobservant would soon realize that a man of your appearance has no need of such employ. In other words, there's some ulterior motive for your actions. Uh-oh. The cane, which you unwittingly clutch to your person, exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction. What utter rot. I've had this game for years. Contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the missing farule, the end of the walking cane, which would be terminated with a metal ferrule to protect the wooden tip. And yet, detailed analysis shows the wooden tip of this stick to be utterly bare. Therefore, there is only one conclusion. The rod you hold in your hand, which appears to be a walking cane, is in fact no cane at all. You recoil, sir. Is something wrong? In your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer to the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind the rod you bear? Yes, your action betrays the truth. The handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle. From the moment that I saw it, my suspicions were aroused. What walking cane demands such a stout handle, mused I. But of course, as I said, this is no walking cane. No, that rod is the broken handle of a shovel. What? Are you insane? And now, having determined the undeniable truth, the conclusion is clear. Your true motive for coming here was to take employment at this establishment in order to excavate the ground beneath the premises. What a calculated crime you have conceived, sir. A wickedly articulated crime. Oh God. Why would he come in here to buy a shovel? And break his own shovel to buy another shovel? Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. For we must expose the details of the elaborate crime you have in the planning. This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, intend to excavate the ground beneath this pawnbrokery with a broken shovel. What on earth do you propose I could expect to find there? Some long-forgotten treasure, I suppose? Save for such a fanciful theory, what possible reason could I have to do as you say? Oh, but there's an ample reason. As you are the only well too aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, and the furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let us consider what would motivate a man to infiltrate such a shop such as this and covertly dig beneath its floor. The answer is revealed by the council notice on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. This letter gives notice of public works to be carried out in the local area. And according to the enclosed plan of the upcoming sewerage works, beneath this shop runs a sewer that adjoins another, one that runs under the bank on the opposite side of the road. This madness has entered the sewers now, has it? By excavating the ground beneath our feet, you would gain access to the waterway that flows in very close proximity to the great vault of financial institution opposite. What are you? In summary, sir, you devise a master plan to pull off an elaborate bank robbery by dint of the underground tunnels. Master plan! Which brings us to the last and final chapter of this lurid scheme. With what plunder did the thief hope to make off from the underground vault of the bank? My God, he's spinning around like I'm a ballerina! Are you quite serious? Having consulted with Scotland Yard days ago, I happen to know the answer. But naturally, the answer is no secret to you, is it, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, the picture postcard tells us all we need to know. Postcard of the Great Exhibition? I'm afraid you quite lost me. Currently in the final stages of preparation, the Great Exhibition will be soon underway. The government has provided extra funds to complete its centerpiece, the Crystal Tower. Funds that currently sit in the vault of the bank on the other side of this road. Pardon? Yes, the considerable crime you've been contemplating is the theft of which sits in the vault of that bank, the special reserve funds for the Great Exhibition. Of course, that is top secret police information, so keep it under your hat, please. Oh my God. He's like, yo, I'm giving out secrets. Thus concludes Sherlock Sholmes' great deduction of this pawnbroking puzzle. Mr. Sholmes? Okay. Look at all the little bumps on the disc. They're so tiny. Yes, protrusions are called pins. They pluck the teeth of comb to make notes. And just on the edge, there's a small amount of blood. Yes, the blood of mysterious Mr. Egbert Benedict. When Miss Lestrade tried to grab the disc from him, the pin scratched his fingers, it seems. Like when you're grating some daikon radish and accidentally catch your finger. Ouch, just thinking about it hurts. Puts me off eating radish. There's a little scrap of paper stuck on the reverse side of the disc. Look, a scribbled word or two. Looks like somebody's name. Or McGilded. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's all time back. McGilded. It couldn't be. But it is, Mr. Naruhodo. A name I shall never forget as long as I live. Why? Why is his name on this? Music box's information has been updated. An impressive upbeat deduction for a detective racked with loneliness. Would you not agree? Was it true what you said about the bank over the road and what it has in its vault? Indeed, though few know of its existence, it is one of the government's most closely guarded secrets. Gregson told me in the strictest confidence, so he blabs it everywhere. He just announced it to everyone here, rather loudly in fact. Ah, and if it's such a big secret, how would Mr. Benedict have come to find out about it? There can be but one explanation for that. Clearly it's because the man is a criminal. But what if he didn't know anything about... He's like, the explanation is he did it. End of story. But what if he didn't know anything about the money in the vault? If he is a criminal, as you said, and buying a brand new shovel is sure to be the first thing he does now that you revealed the secret. Oh, or if he doesn't, maybe Mr. Windibank will. He already has plenty of shovels here after all. Oh my life! I assure you I'm not so unscrupulous. Well, hopefully this has taught you a valuable lesson. Sensitive information must be handled with the utmost of care. One can never be sure that someone privy to secrets won't disclose them, and once the word is out, it's out. Perhaps I'll think twice before confiding in you next time, Mr. Sholmes. An excellent idea, Mr. Naruhodo. An excellent idea. Oh my god. Sholmes, you beautiful bastard. Why? What are you doing? Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, know what to do, I'm sure. Yes, let's listen to the great deduction again so we can massage it into shape. Very well then. Let's start once more from the beginning. Sure. Magnificent, logical, and reasoning spectacular. It's time to get spectacular. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Okay. Heaven, the redemption, blah, blah, blah. Uh-oh. Staff recruitment flyer. Mr. Benedict came here in order to apply for a job so he could dig down through the floor. As an attempt to tunnel into the sewers, gain access to the money in the vault across the street. But he wouldn't get very far with a broken shovel, would he? No, I think it's fair to say his motives lie elsewhere. Question is where. What did Mr. Benedict bring? What did bring Mr. Benedict here at this point in particular? Oh? Look at all the scribbled notes on the back of the flyer here. I don't believe it. What is it? Listen to what it says. Name, Gina Lestrade. Height, 5'2". Green cap, scruffy waistcoat, grubby white shirt, blue satchel, ragged. Detailed description of Miss Lestrade. Goodness. There's even a sketch of her hat and all. Although if he showed it to her, she'd fire that smoke grenade launcher in his face for sure. And look, the details of the shop have been written down here too. Windabank's Pawnbrokery, Baker Street. Redemption deadline 15th of April, which is today's date. How would Mr. Benedict have all the information scrawled on the back of that piece of paper?
Take that!
Bada boom, bada bing. Yes, what brought you to the shop in the first place is the info about Miss Lestrade. Quite so, my dear fellow. It would appear that the writing and sketch on the reverse of the flyer pertain to the pickpocket Miss Lestrade and to Mr. Windabank's pawnbrokery here. You originally told us that you had merely given chase after Miss Lestrade stole the redemption ticket from you. But that, sir, is a thinly veiled lie. It is the information on the back of the flyer that led you here today. By which I mean, here to Windabank's pawnbrokery, and today the redemption deadline of that overcoat. So you waited outside for the young girl matching the description you have written down to arrive. And you have gone to some lengths to hide the reason for your pursuit of Miss Lestrade. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions. The cane, which you unwittingly clutched to your person, exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction. Contradiction of which you speak is, of course, the missing for rule. End of cane, Mr. Naruhodo. Ah, the bit that makes the nice clacking sound on the pavement. That's exactly. Mr. Sholmes is right. It appears to be missing on this cane. But it doesn't actually look broken, does it? No, it doesn't. Though the gentleman certainly did recoil when Mr. Holmes identified the cane as suspicious. In other words, there's something secret about the cane that Mr. Benedict would rather we don't know. Look here, Miss Susato. There's some letters on the handle. Ah yes, those must be initials, I think. In the West, it's customary for people to engrave their belongings with the first letters of their names. So Herlock Sholmes would be HS, you mean? That's right. And the initials on this cane are obviously... Oh? AG? Why does it feel as though that's not quite right?
Take that!
It's the initialing, my friend. The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the initialing. Most astute observation, wouldn't you say, Mr. Egbert Benedict? We are led to believe, sir, that your initials are EB. Yet, in a most possessive manner, you have in grasp a cane bearing the initials AG. An incontrovertible contradiction indeed. Would you not agree? No, you're wrong. The cane isn't. You said before you'd had that cane for years. So don't try to tell us that you just borrowed it from a friend or found it in the park. In short, though you hold yourself to be a gentleman, you have withheld your true name. You recoil, sir. There's something wrong. In your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer to the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind the rod you bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is key to understanding this riddle. Alright. Miss Lestrade redeemed that fine-looking overcoat, and now a mysterious man has appeared, introducing himself with a fake name and claiming that the overcoat belongs to him. But we know that he actually identified Miss Lestrade from a written description, which suggests that everything else he's told us is untrue. So what we need to do here, somehow prove that the overcoat cannot possibly belong to him. Oh, the seam on his shoulder is coming apart. Look. So it is. Do you know, a moment ago when Mr. Benedict was surprised by something that was said, I thought I heard him make a rather strange noise. It sounded like a tiny growl. And now that I think of it, it's possibly the seam of this ripping open. If you look closely, it does seem to be a very tight fit. The sleeves are stretched to bursting, and we wouldn't have a hope of fastening it at the front. If we were to run around in it, I'm sure the whole thing would fall apart. That I'd like to see. Sorry? How can we make Mr. Benedict run around? He's really giving us some thought.
Take that!
The split seam, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. Ah! Yes, because the overcoat is rather obviously a poor fit. Having forced it over your broad shoulders, the seam is already breaking apart. Damn. My suspicions were aroused from the outset. When you so baldly lied about your name and so boldly waylaid this pickpocket. Arrgh. This catalog of untruths has all been for one very specific purpose. To steal the article that young woman redeemed from Mr. Windibank. But what really irks me is this. The considerable crime I initially imagined has been considerably curtailed. To abscond with a redeemed item. Damn. Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. For we must expose the details of this elaborate crime that you're planning. Designed to wheeze to filch some tawdry article of pawnage. Have you forgotten that I redeemed the article in a proper manner using the watchword? Had I not been the one to deposit in the first place, how could I possibly have known the relevant details? N'est-ce pas? Oh, but the watchword can be discovered, as you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, and your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let's consider how one might come to learn a secret watchword relating to the pawn property of another. The method is revealed by the council notice, and that is not correct, it's on the ledger. The direction of the deduction must have changed rather dramatically now, I think. There's no more talk of tunneling into sewers, because it all sounds rather exciting. Anyway, you can't deny that this mysterious gentleman did know the watchword. Yes, Professor. If you didn't know that word, Mr. Windibank would never have allowed you to redeem the article. Or looking at it another way, if you did know the word, Mr. Windibank would allow you to redeem the article whether or not it was yours. So the question is, could this gentleman have found the watchword out somehow? This looks to be quite an old lamp, but it's obviously been well looked after, and there's some oil in it too. In other words, it's still in use. Yes, it would appear so. But for how long it could be... Knowing the watchword for a pawned article, I have no idea. That makes two of us. This is Mr. Winbank's gun. Yes, loaded with only one bullet, he said. It would appear that being a pawnbroker is a very life or death profession. That might be just be this particular establishment. Look at this, Miss Susato. It appears to be a memo that Mr. Winbank has scribbled to himself. Let's see, what does it say? Oh, Professor. Mr. Winbank must make a note of watchwords his customers give him right before their eyes. In an alarmingly clear script as well. Oh dear, I don't know where to look. Who knows what other secrets I might see.
Take that!
The method is revealed by the notelet on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. Yes, the broker here follows the same procedure whenever a customer comes to redeem an article. He asks for the customer for the watchword and notes down the response uttered on a notelet he has to hand. Then he consults his ledger and confirms whether or not the watchword matches that of the article in question. I expect nothing less of a diligent pawnbroker. But his diligence clearly has its disadvantages. What are you talking about? It is increasingly apparent that you were present in this shop before your accusation against Miss Lestrade. In all likelihood, you followed her inside and then observed her talking to Mr. Winbank. When the diligent broker made a note of the watchword, as is common practice, you observed him writing the word professor on the notelet beside the ledger. And that, sir, was the master plan you devised to steal the pawned article from the young Miss Lestrade. Master plan? Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. Why would you go to such a length to redeem that particular article from the pawnbroker? Are you quite serious? For an ill-fitting overcoat hardly seems to justify the effort, much less a worthless music box disc. But naturally, you had very good reason to make them yours, didn't you, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard tells us all we need to know. Articles we're talking about are the overcoat and the music box disc that was in one of his pockets. According to Mr. Winbank, it isn't even worth a penny. Yet this man went to such lengths to steal them. Why? I wonder if perhaps we already have the evidence we need to explain it, Mr. Naruhodo. Could we? Really? I better have a thorough look through all the evidence we've collected so far.
Take that!
You see, this music box disc tells us all we need to know. What's that on the back? It reads, "For McGilded." Uh-oh. Mr. Magnus McGilded, the unfortunate philanthropist who perished in curious circumstances at the Old Bailey 2 months ago. A prominent man in London, though his loan-mongering demonstrated a distinct lack of scruples. So, you're an associate of his, are you? Or perhaps a subordinate? Mr. McGilded was a man of unusually small stature. In fact, he was precisely the right size for that overcoat that you've squeezed yourself into. Your true identity remains shrouded in mystery, Mr. Eggert Benedict. But the final conclusion here is crystal clear. The reason you came to this pawnbrokery today was to retrieve an article left behind by the late Magnus McGilded. Yeah. Ah! He pirouetted. He's like, let me. The taller the hat, the more evil. True. True. In this world, yes. Doug Dimmadome's hat goes into infinity. So, is he truly the ultimate evil? Doug Dimmadome of the Dimsdale Dimmadome? Well, well, Mr. Magnus McGilded. Not a name I expect to hear in these circumstances. Mr. Sholmes, I'm afraid there's something very troubling on my mind. Pray tell, Miss Susato. Well, according to what Mr. Winbank told us earlier, today was the final day on which the coat could have been redeemed, was it not? Yes, ma'am, that is correct. Today would be precisely 2 months since it was first deposited. Today is April 15th, so 2 months ago today would have been 15th of February, sir. That's right. It's all carefully recorded in my ledger. Deposit at 10:30 p.m., I see. What? But that suggests... Yes, 15th of February. It's precisely the day on which the omnibus murder took place. And 10:30 in the evening is precisely the time at which the terrible events were unfolding. Suggestive is not the word. It would seem the matter is entirely beyond coincidence. You are of course at liberty to make whatever outlandish deductions you choose. However, I must insist you hand over the music box disc now. Oh God! Good thing Layton isn't in this with that hat. True. It would be a terrible shame for you to return to your native land in a box. What do I do?